Hi, Alicia and Josh. How are you guys?
Well, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. Well, congratulations to the two of you on this series. I was completely addicted after episode one and watched the entire series. So, first of all, congratulations to the two of you. I cannot wait for audiences to see it when it comes out this week.
Oh, thank you so much.
I
So
love
nice.
that you
Yeah.
devoured it.
Oh, yes. I was just talking to West and Jaden, and I'm like, I know that you guys filmed this last year, months ago. It's finally coming out for audiences to see it. You guys have been doing press. Well, how are you guys feeling? Like, what is the vibe like now that you know that audiences are finally going to be able to see this series in a couple of days?
I mean, I think it's always fun finally knowing like people are actually going to see it. We sit on it for so long and you kind of forget about it for a while. And so when you like it's actually coming out, it's like, oh great, finally people get to see it. Like, it's excitement mostly.
Yeah, it's definitely excitement. I just feel kind of like I'm just like been kind of floating through life the last few days.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wait, oh, I'm awake now. That's right. Okay.
Exactly. I love that. Well, yeah, like I said, I loved the series, watched all of the episodes, and one of my favorite parts of the series is watching the relationship and like friendship between your two characters, between Emily and Clive. And there's a lot of scenes where they're talking, kind of being therapy for each other. So I'm curious for the two of you, how did you two get to know each other before filming? Was there a lot of rehearsal time? Did you guys have any downtime on set in Brooklyn and the Dominican Republic? I know you guys are already laughing, so.
It's because we just hit it off like immediately.
Yeah.
We kind of, we met up one night and I think we just.
It was like first night we were meeting each other.
Yeah, first night we were meeting, and I think
in New York.
Oh, I ordered the French fries and I offered you some and I ate them all. Yeah. And so yeah,
Straight away we went to like a little dive bar kind of place, and we were just like immediately like we were just like having drinks, and then it was just straight away like, oh, we just get each other.
Yeah, and we kind of got like we had a lot of talks about how we wanted to sort of approach it and what how we would our visions for the characters and the story as a whole. So
yeah,
it wasn't all French fries. There was some work happened.
Work, but it was great. I think the fact that we got to, we really were able to have a lot of time together. We could trust each other and have such an open discussion about where we wanted our characters to go. It just made it so much easier. And I mean, Josh is amazing. He's the best.
Yeah, I love that. I love your guys' friendship already. Alicia, I was wondering for you, your character has been going through so much since she was a little kid. I mean, she's going to therapy. She's kind of had like a troubled relationship with, her parents and stuff at this point too. And I was just talking to West about this. I was wondering, what type of research she did, because unfortunately this is something that a lot of families go through. And I know you guys mainly had the book as like a focus point, but what type of research did you do to prepare for a woman who is in this emotional state?
I mean, for me, because I really did try and just get into the character mindset. It is such a unique situation, focusing on the sibling rather than just, I feel like often it's the parents that get the focus and not necessarily the sibling that's left behind. Right. So it was just trying to get really a good understanding of what that might look like. For me, it was the book, obviously, then trying to like understand that, talking to showrunners, our writers. I think I approached this a lot from the perspective of, this is someone who did have childhood trauma, who kind of didn't grow beyond that point in some ways, and then had to fill a void and become a version of her sister. And so it sort of became like this fractured personality. And I think that's something that I really tried to focus and lean into. And it's not just this journey of trying to figure out actually what happened to her sister, but also what kind of happened then to Emily. So I think for me, it was maybe broader themes that I really focused on. But just, I think that specific element of her character arc, I really tried to investigate.
Well, you did an amazing job. I mean, your character arc is insane. And Josh, kind of the same question for you. When we see Clive, in the past, he's a much different person than where he ends up in the finale. So how did you go about, portraying your character arc and his emotional state too?
Yeah, absolutely. When he's younger, I kind of had to separate, create two different people in my head. and figure out, you know, the through line between them, you know, to keep it consistent. You know, when he's younger, there's a bit more awkwardness there. There's a bit more clumsiness. He's a bit more, you know, loose, all over the place. And then when he's older, you know, there was a stoicism that I was trying to play with and discover, in a kind of silent, you know, brooding energy that I was really interested in. And so then, because they're so different, I was just mainly interested in figuring out how I was going to keep them the same person while also making them completely different.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of did feel like I was watching two different people just with your performance and how great it was, and just the going back and forth. Yeah, last question. I have to say, I have so many friends who are obsessed with the 100 and love that show, specifically shipping, you know, Clark and Lexa. And, you know, that relationship means so much to so many fans. And I mean, I feel like fans are still TikToking about it, and I see it on Instagram all the time. What does that mean to you as an actor to be a part of something that is still, the fans are still so moved by? And if it wasn't for Alexa's untimely death, what do you think the future of their relationship would have been?
I mean, it's incredibly special to feel like I've been a part of something like that. It doesn't happen all that often, and it is entirely because of the fans that's something like that, you know, has its own legs and grows into its own thing. And so, I mean, it's very special to me, the fact that I get to also be a part of that and feel like I, you know, was involved in something that then grew an extraordinary life beyond the death of Lexa. So it's yeah, it means a lot to me. It's a rare thing to happen. But to your last point, I think, you know, it lives in the minds and imagination of fans, and they keep her alive, and I think that's extraordinary, you know. It's a wonderful thing. So yeah,
no, I just think it's cool to be a part of something where, like, the show has ended and people are still obsessed with that storyline and that relationship. Well, again, congratulations to the two of you. I cannot wait for audiences to see Saint-Ix when it comes out on Hulu this week. I think people are going to be like dying to see the next episode, and you two were both fantastic in it. And like I said, I will be a fan for life and support anything the two of you do from now on.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Yes, it was so nice chatting with you today, and enjoy the rest of your press day and time in LA.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Thank you, guys. Bye.